Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So we're less than 24 hours from the start of Tennocon 2024, and we've got the predictions and DEVSTREAM bingo for Tenno Live. There will be tons of new juicy information on this stream, so let's get right into my predictions. And yeah, we did get clarity as well that the Twitch drops will be available on co-stream channels. So you'll be able to get the free Saryn Prime and the new free weapon, the AX-57, from watching my live stream tomorrow, which I will be live reacting to the entire Tennocon stream. So come on, stop by if you want to see an overview of it. I'll have an overview review video out on this channel later in the day. But yeah, if you want to live react it with me, come on, stop by. All right, let's get right into my predictions as far as what we got. Now, a lot of this stuff is going to be going off of, you know, kind of like how the vibe is feeling, how I'm kind of thinking things are going to be going for the rest of the year. And there's limited things. There's leaks out there, to be honest, but I'm going to try to keep everything out of here leak-free, okay? So nothing involved on here is going to be involving leaks. So I'm not saying that some of the things on here won't come true, but yeah, I'm not basing this prediction off of leaks really at all, okay? So let's get right into what we have today. Again, guys, thanks for all the support in the recent videos. It means a lot. All right, so we have the DEVSTREAM bingo for 2024 for Tennocon. And as far as the first square here, it's been about 2 months since Proto Prime came out. So I think it's time that we get some more information on the next Prime Warframe. As far as chronological order, it should be Zaku Prime as the next Prime access. And as far as weapons with Zaku Prime, it will be the Colossus Prime, which is Zaku's signature melee weapon. And the second one, we don't know. It would just be kind of a random item, honestly. If it's not Zaku Prime, we have another square very much later in this bingo card where it's really Prime maybe. But honestly, since Zaku is neither male nor female, it will most likely be chronological order, as the order of Prime frames in this game is usually male, male, female, female. And with Zaku being neither, it's just going to be chronological order if you ask me. Enough on that, let's move on to the next square. And apparently they were talking about this on stream at some point that I wasn't aware of, but I didn't hear it. Caliban rework. Caliban Prime should be in like a year and a half or 2 years or something like that. And Caliban's really, really not viewed positively by the majority of the player base. So I don't care if you like Caliban or whatever. Most people don't. And if they want to sell a Prime access, he's going to need a rework for sure for Caliban Prime. So Caliban rework, hopefully talk about it at some point during the stream. I don't think they're going to do a deep dive on the Caliban rework. But if Pablo briefly mentions it on stream, or if whoever would, on an art panel where they say this is going to be part of the Caliban rework, that would be a great way to fill that one in. Now, enough of these little things. Let's start talking about big stuff here. So, surprise update is my next prediction for Tennocon. If you remember a couple years ago when we got, I think it was the, what was it? It wasn't Whispers in the Wall, but basically we got the Veilbreaker update. Was a surprise update they announced at Tennocon. They came out like a month or two later. The one that had Archon shards, call missions, etc., etc. So I'm predicting it right now. I think there will be a intermittent update, basically, and in between, because I'm thinking Warframe 1999 will be really late in the year. I think we'll have a November or an October update, maybe Infested Liches or something like that. I think there will be a smaller update before 1999 update at some point during the year. So that's my next prediction. Moving on, next deluxe skin. It's actually been a little bit since we've gotten content out for a new deluxe skin. I think a Lavos skin could be kind of nice, or something like that. We just got Yareli in game, so maybe Lavos will be next, because Lavos chronologically should be pretty close to Yareli as far as release dates as well. Next one for the big 1999 update. If you did play through the Whispers in the Wall quest, you might remember that there might be some new infested enemies, and if we're going back in time as far as the lore of this game, we might have some really original versions of the Infested with this quest. So if we get a new Infested variant or faction shown, actually you could probably just fill this one in, I feel like, because we already know that there was new Infested with those TV faces in some of the quests and trailers. So there's probably going to be an entirely new Infested faction. They'll likely be very similar to the Infested we already have. But yeah, that's going to definitely tie into the next square, the Infested Lich. Steve has been joking about Infested Liches on their stream for a while now, and even Rebecca's getting in on those jokes now too. So I think it's time they're going to finally show us Infested Lich. And when you look at that, Infested Railjack might be involved with the Infested Lich. Now, it might not also, though, too. I'm not guaranteeing anything here. But if you see right here, there's a new tile set, or if there's a new new Infested Lich faction, we don't have any infested Railjack. They would need to make that from like the ground up. And there's been concept art for infested Railjack out there, but yeah, it's not been added to the game. And Steve said, if you want to know about more Railjack content, look at Tennocon. So I'm going to be looking at Tennocon for either infested liches or infested Railjack, or both at the same time. So interesting one there. Moving on, 4-player motorcycle squad. Now, this could actually be a free square, honestly, because we have seen some concept art of 4 motorcycles in one area. So I'm assuming when we get this new update, and there's going to be like likely a new tile set or a new open world or something like that, we will be able to use use these motorcycles from the 1999 update to like go around with our squad at pretty high speeds, hopefully. I know it's another vehicle to throw in the pile, but also, like, maybe this one will be actually cool, unlike K-Drive. So, 4-player motorcycle squad. They said there's a demo, they're going to have a demo they're going to be showing on the Tenno live stream. So that could be a great way to get, some excitement out there. Next one, they said they'll be announcing another heirloom skin at Tennocon. So my prediction is going to be the Rhino heirloom skin. Why am I predicting Rhino? Rhino's a pretty old frame, and Rhino's pretty popular. And I think that DE is just going to go for Rhino personally. If they don't, maybe Volt could be a good choice. Moving on, I was saying we need some big stuff in 1999, a reason to grind it out besides just story stuff. How about new focus ability? Whenever you play your operator, you have the first and second ability. How about a third and fourth ability for the operator? This one might be a little bit overly ambitious, but we got to have some pretty heavy hitter predictions on here. So I'm putting new focus abilities. I mean, if they do anything new involving focus that they talk about on this stream, you could fill this one in. But yeah, I would love some new focus abilities. And that will probably be in the Warframe 99 update, which I am hoping it will be before the end of the year. They said it will be this year. So I put December release window for Warframe 1999. If they have that, in between surprise update like I'm predicting, that would be, like we waiting like a month or two for the new update, and then 1999 would be the end of the year, like probably like late December, like mid-December. That's what I hope happens. Of course, 1999 coming up before December could also be nice, but I think that, another update just to ease us into it could be kind of nice. Although that's kind of what Jade Shadows was, technically. Moving on to a less important one for sure. Hey, what happened to Dog Days? Do you remember Dog Days? I kind of remember Dog Days. If you don't remember Dog Days is the summer event in Warframe, which is basically a squirt gun fight, and you are going to be, attacking the Grenier squirt gun enemies, and I think they added water grenades last year. That's where you get the fish ephemera from. If you were using the soaker ephemera, that's where it comes from. Maybe they'll announce Dog Days coming back at Tennocon. If they don't, I don't think anyone will be that worried about it, but it is kind of odd it's not back yet, especially that the Belly of the Beast event just ended like a day or two ago. So, Dog Days win. I don't think that it's really going to be a Tennocon hot topic issue, but maybe they'll announce Dog Days coming back at Tennocon. Who knows? Next square is free. You can just put like anything you want in there, basically. Yeah. Next one. Collab event, please. Man, do we ever get collab events in Warframe? It feels like we don't. If you look at what we've actually gotten collab events with, we got a Unreal Tournament skin, which, did you know that DE developed Unreal Tournament? So it's not even a crossover, really. It's just a crossover with their own game. And then besides that, we've gotten, I think we had a skin in PUBG Mobile. There's like a Wukong and Excalibur Umbra skin in PUBG Mobile. We didn't get anything, though. So I think we should be getting some collab events at some point. You would think that we would have at least one at this point, because a lot of other games get them, and I would really like that. As far as which game it would be, it would depend what DE has access to. I'd say Final Fantasy could be a pretty safe bet. Give me a Buster Sword from like Cloud or whatever. Give me a Tifa skin for Atlas or something. I don't know. Like, make it work. But there's other games too. Like they could pick another looter shooter type game. Who knows? Let me know what kind of collab event you would want in the comments down below, guys. I'd be down for like an Attack on Titan crossover. I'd be down for a Final Fantasy crossover. I'd be down for like whatever. Like, if we just don't get anything like that, and I want us to get that, so please, can we have that D? I'll buy the skin. Collab event, please. I doubt this one will get filled in, but I've been hoping for a while that they have a collab event in this game that's actually good. Next one, new Warframe teased. So I think this one's pretty likely. They're going to probably show us on the art panel the concept art for the next Warframe, which I don't think we have any idea what it's going to be. So that could be a great little info nugget. Now we know what the next Warframe will be. We'll probably know what the next Prime Warframe will be as well. So that will be hopefully an exciting one. And that's where they showed Varuna off at Tennocon the first time as well, when they first showed Varuna. So it's not a bad prediction, honestly. Moving on to one that I almost forgot about, and hopefully DE didn't forget about it. Warframe on Android. So we have Warframe on iOS for mobile, but we don't have a Warframe version for Android, and it sounds like it might be a little bit more longer of a wait than we are hoping. But yeah, so we've currently got iPhone, iOS version of Warframe. Android does not exist. And if they did add an Android version, that would mean it would be available on a lot more phones, probably. Actually, I don't know. That's probably not entirely true, but you could probably play on things like BlueStacks and stuff like that. So I wonder what kind of can of worms that would open up. But either way, I think that for more people to have access to the game, Warframe Android would be great. Steve said they're going to be working on it, but he said there's no actual details or dates. So maybe we'll get some details or dates at Tennocon. Moving on to the next one, we got Proto frames besides the starters. So I'm not looking to spoil anything, guys. There might be some leaks out there about this. But yeah, they've shown Mag Proto frame, they've shown Arthur Proto frame, and they've actually shown a teaser of Volt Proto frame in a trailer. Beyond that, I'd say that the chances are pretty good that we get other characters as Proto frames, but probably not every single frame in the game at the same time. So that would mean like Garuda Proto frame, Saryn Proto frame, Nidus Proto frame, Necros Proto. The list goes on. All your favorite frames will have a Proto human version. So I'm hoping that will be in the future, because just Volt, Mag, and Aoi, they'll probably be in the main quest. I'd say Mag, Volt, and Arthur, and I guess Arthur, Excalibur, whatever. I guess they'll be in the main quest, and after you beat the quest, maybe you'll have other frames unlocked after that. That's my prediction. Sounds pretty plausible, honestly, but we'll see at the reveal. Next one, Pablo with a funny shirt. Pablo is kind of hit or miss with his funny shirts recently. He had one a couple streams ago that was like a Rickroll QR code. That was pretty good. And then he had like a normal blue shirt after that. So we'll see. It's definitely going to be a coin toss if Pablo wears a funny shirt or like a good shirt or something like that. But I'm holding out for a Resident Evil shirt from Pablo on the main stage. So we'll see. That'll be during the Tenno Live at the very end. Next one, a relay event messed up. Now, if you've ever been to one of these relay events before, where it's like, which will be happening, by the way, during Tenno Live, there will be an in-game relay event. They sometimes have glitched out. There's been times where they had to redo the relay event because it was so bad. I really hope it doesn't happen this time. I don't think it will, but if it does, that would be quite unfortunate, as it seems like we'll be in the, I think it's called the mall area, will be where we're in the relay event, so we'll be able to see some of the new tile set, hopefully, which should be really cool. By the way, I hope it doesn't mess up. I would not like to fill that square in, honestly. Next one, new Endgame mission. Now, I want to be pretty broad with this one. It could be a new raid. It could be a new dungeon. It could be, a randomized loadout EDA. Actually, hopefully it's not another EDA, honestly. I want a late game, endgame mission where we can equip any weapon we want and not get less loot. Like, I don't have to put on whatever the new weapons are. I don't want to equip things that DE's telling me to equip to get the maximum loot in these missions. I'm hoping they've been working on this for a while. If you remember, there used to be raids in this game, and they got, air quotes, temporarily removed about 5 or 6 years ago. So, yeah, they owe us some raids for sure. People have been, definitely thirsting for some raids. So let's get some raids in this game, DE. But I put new endgame mission because it could be something else besides a raid, technically. Next one, subway/mall tile set. Since they already told us the relay event will be in this mall area, I think this is a pretty good prediction right here. And we had the subway in the 1999 trailer as well, so subway and mall, combine that together into a big tile set. Could even be an open world area, so that will be pretty cool. Haven't been to a mall in a really long time, so this could be my first time going to a mall in a while, so that could be a really nice one to fill in right there. Next one. Now, I hate to say this is partially tainted by leaks, but this square is a little bit tainted by the leaks. New Incarnons. Now, I don't know where these new Incarnons will come from, but there are very likely going to be some new Incarnons, likely from Steel Path Deviri. So an extra week, week 8 of the Incarnon rotation is likely happening in the near future. So we'll see about that. Maybe they'll actually add this to like the new 1999 tile set instead of putting it back on Deviri again. Kind of random to go back to Deviri, but I guess they did put a lot of work into Deviri, so they want you to be going back there constantly. Now, if they do add a new Incarnon to Deviri, they will likely all be purchasable for plat, just a heads up. And if they add new ones, they're Steel Path, like when they added the week 2, like I think it was the Boar, the Gamma Core, and stuff like that, those were all purchasable. Every other Incarnon was not purchasable, besides like the non-Steel Path ones, like the Onos. No offense, Onos, but you ain't Steel Path, so yeah, new Steel Path, that means new good Incarnons by the end of the year. Next one, Hun Hao boss fight. Now, this could tie into my new endgame mission, but if you beat the Jade Shadow's quest, minor Jade Shadow's quest spoilers, at the end, Hun Hao sounds super evil. He's like, I remain the great and powerful Hun Hao. That's literally his line. So, I think he's kind of like asking for it after that voice line. I'm hoping that we can eventually kill Hun Hao with, maybe an underwater, maybe a shark, instead of, how we have Shark Wing, like Arc Wing underwater, how about Shark Jack underwater railjack against Hun Hao. A big Hun Hao raid boss fight with the railjack underwater. It could be kind of cool. So we'll see about that. I think Hun Hao definitely deserves to be a raid boss at this point. And he's been around for a while, so let's go ahead and put him out of his misery, I'd say. Maybe we could wear him as a hat or something, or a Cyandana. Moving on, the last couple here, we got a new Archon Shard. Now, since we got the green, purple, and orange Archon Shards in the Whispers of the Wall update, yeah, it's making me think that the lore of Archon Shards might tie into Albrecht a little bit, as the Archon Shards were in his little vault things. So, maybe we'll get a new Archon Shard, like maybe a Rainbow Archon Shard. One of each to make this super Rainbow Archon Shard that can do ridiculous things, like maybe increased range on your build, maybe, you know, like plus all damage types. Like, you know, everything that you do is increased damage. Maybe plus one of every elemental at the same time. On your, you know, there could be crazy things you could throw on here. But it would have to be an extremely powerful effect because at this point, we already have shards that require other shards to fuse into. So we need if they were to make a new shard, it would have to be either really weak or really, really strong. So I'm hoping it's the latter, a rainbow shard that can do like ridiculous things that other shards can't do. It would make the shard grind even more long. So yeah. And for the final square here, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Just to cap it off, I said Zaku Prime is my prediction for the next Prime. Some people think it's Yareli Prime, so I put Yareli Prime at the very last square here. If Yareli Prime's the Prime, it will be the Compressa Prime, which should be pretty decent. And then, I don't know what the other thing would be, because she'll probably be a Sentinel, because she can't really use anything besides a pistol on her K-Drive. You already got the Compressas, so maybe like a new Diriga Prime. How about that? Diriga Prime. That sounds great. Alright, guys. Either way, I will see you on the live stream tomorrow morning. Reminder, you can watch my stream to get the drops, okay? So if you want to come watch it while I'm live reacting, be my guest. I'll be live all day, and then we'll have a Tennocon overview video on YouTube right after, okay? So that'll probably be up around like 7 p.m. ET, because the Tenno live thing starts at 4:30, and it should be going for about an hour and a half, I'd guess. So I'll try to get that video as soon as I possibly can, guys, but I'll be super excited and just, you know, like, talking about it on stream as well. So really appreciate the support. You guys enjoy Tennocon and enjoy your free stuff. See you guys next time. Bye.